Hello, my name is Ryan Chim. And imagine being at a gathering where everyone is on their phones and no one is engaging in a real conversation. This has become too common in this generation. Today, I will explain how social media is affecting our social lives. With extensive research and credible sources, I will be able to change your perspective. We need to recognize the issues that too much social media can create. I will present solutions to help this issue. We'll talk about the potential future without change and a solution with healthier lives. I will show you how you can make your life healthier while balancing your social lives. Social media has become a main way for face-to-face communication, leading to less social skills and genuine connections. We find ourselves scrolling through TikToks. According to a study by the Pew Research Center, 36% of social media users report feeling lonelier since they started using these platforms. Additionally, a survey conducted by Cigna in 2020 found that nearly 61% of Americans report feeling lonely. This decline in social interaction affects mental health, leading to anxiety and depression, particularly among young people. The American Psychological Association highlights that social media can show feelings of anxiety, particularly among adolescents. Here are the statistics shown in a bar graph. On the top, we have sadness, and on the bottom, we have loneliness. And that just shows that people like us can be affected heavily. Some argue that social media helps maintain relationships, especially long-distance one. It's true that platforms allow us to connect with friends and family across distances, but does it really? While it can help with connection, the foundation of these relationships is often shallow. A study published in the Journal of Social and Clinical Psychology found that less social media significantly decreased feelings of loneliness and depression, showing that online interactions do not help our social needs. Next, let's discuss how we can address this problem. And on this slide, it shows the cons to actually using social media. And as a group of teenagers and this growing generation, we need to get used to being able to get away from those habits. So, for that, we can combat those negative effects of social media by shifting to a less social media lifestyle. This involves planning regular meetups with friends and limiting time spent online. A study by the University of Michigan found that individuals who prioritize real-life interactions report higher levels of happiness and lower levels of anxiety. Additionally, research by Hunt et al. Showed that participants who reduced their social media use for 3 weeks reported significant reductions in feelings of loneliness and depression. And that could be your way to changing your lifestyle. Social media can easily take over whatever you're doing. You might not even notice it either. When you get home, the first thing you might do is get on your phone and start scrolling, and you might not even notice it. 1 minute leads to 10 minutes, leads to an hour, which leads to the whole day. And some might say that it's difficult to disconnect from social media, where it's often used for work and social events. And though, while challenging, even small changes can lead to significant improvements. Start with a little change and grow longer and longer. Social media will always be there, but our mental health and relationships are at stake. Now, let's show the consequences of social media versus less social media. If we continue to rely on social media, we'll see increased negative emotions in a generation that struggles to communicate effectively. In this picture right here, you see two people. They're close, but they're not actually close. And that bond can be created by the use of social media. Social media can help us take away what's happening in the real life and make us focus on one thing. Just imagine your kids living in a non-social environment. You have to wake up every day to the image of them being on their phones and not actually taking in the real life. In that world, but now imagine a world where those social communications are out and people focus on building one-on-one connections. In that world, communities are stronger and people are happier. Picture waking up in the morning and enjoying a lovely breakfast with your family. And one thing to remember, there aren't any screens. And and this photo shows a family gathering. And like I said, one thing is noticed. There are no screens present. So today, I hopefully was able to show that social media makes us less social and that we must reclaim our in-person interactions. I hope you take steps to reduce that social media use and prioritize real life. Start by specific goals for yourself, like diminishing social media use through the weeks. You risk becoming increasingly isolated and unhappy, which can lead to more serious mental health issues down the line. You'll create deeper relationships with the people you love. And just remember, one scroll can lead to 10 scrolls, which can lead to 100 scrolls. The closing thought I would like to give you, imagine your family. Imagine your future where the world is taken in by social media. You don't want to live in those times because those times can overtake you quickly and you won't even notice it. So, thank you for listening, and I hope that you figured out something today that might not have been noticeable.